Saudi Airline.
Yeah, and also I think the
Really?
excuse, I mean, to
Cool.
pray maybe Zuhur and Asar together,
Right.
and you know,
That's better. That's more reward. No, not the combining, but the shortening. Shortening is a sunnah, but combining is according to need.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
travelers.
According to need. And pray.
You don't need to do it.
No,
يعني
you could shorten, but to combine them.
shortening them is a sunnah, it's more reward. But combining them, the Prophet ﷺ sometimes, when he was on the road, he used to combine Dhuhr and Asr, Maghrib and Isha. But when he was resting,
He'd pray Maghrib.
he would pray Maghrib in its time and Isha in its time. But 2 for Isha,
Yes.
you see.
Okay.
And also he used to pray Witr, okay, and Fajr Sunnah. Those 2 he would never miss while traveling or
I know you'll come to it, but you see, if you pray Isha,
Yeah.
you just pray one witr straight after. Without
Good.
praying two,
good. One is good.
just one.
Yeah, if you later on, if you want to pray يعني couples. يعني don't make them 3 or 1 or 5. No, make them 2, 4. Because one witr in one night, the Prophet ﷺ said. لا وتران. No 2 witrs in one night.
But yeah, but you know, like in like Ramadan, or if you pray witr in a congregation,
Yeah.
they always pray like 2 sunnah then the one,
Mm.
or 3 rak'ah. Like you know, they never pray just one by itself.
Mm.
But it's okay to just do one when you're
Yeah,
tired.
it's okay to make one. It's okay.
Any art number.
Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, great knowledgeable companion, he was making always one witr. So Abdullah ibn Abbas was asked, he said, Muawiyah is faqih, he's knowledgeable, he knows. يعني-
He
يعني-
did it, so we're going to do
yeah. وعن نافع قال, نافع said, Ibn Umar رضي الله عنهما was praying while traveling on his camel wherever it turns to moving his head for ruku' and sujood. And then saying to the people, يعني the Prophet ﷺ was doing that, narrated by Bukhari. Okay, these are regarding facing the Qibla and when it is condition and when it is not. Okay, now it's the description of the prayer. Okay. Umar radiallahu anh said, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, actions are by but by intentions. And this has passed in wudu, right? Because intention is a condition of any worship. Wudu, salat, or any other worship. So that's why he brought it here again, to show that it's a condition for salat, just like it was a condition for wudu. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, radiallahu anhu, said, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, the key to prayers is wudu, and the end of prayers, the beginning of prayers is takbir, and the end of prayers is taslim, saying assalamu alaikum. And by the way, when you say assalamu alaikum, say before moving, because the Prophet ﷺ said the end is saying taslim, okay, saying salama, assalamu alaikum. So some people say what? Do what?
Turn first.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is not right. Yani the right thing is to start with saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yeah. This is the right thing. Nah.
Because sometimes when I turn this way and the guy's already here.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I get mad.
Then I'll be like, huh?
I
I
get
did no,
mad.
you did.
No, some of them, when the imam
Yeah.
is, before he say it, they started.
Now it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it makes sense because you're going to find people doing like this.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm thinking maybe they have something with their
yeah, maybe.
Really.
But don't يعني tell people strongly about it because
They get upset.
they get upset.
But I try to tell them you have to follow the imam.
Yeah.
You cannot end the salat.
That was my next question. Like, since you brought it up, I wanted to ask you before we left,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
since it came up now, it's like, when the imam's leading the prayer,
Yeah.
do you follow whatever the imam does?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, then I think-
Except if you know that what he's doing is an innovation.
Okay, suppose like
Yeah.
like some people have the habit of putting their hands down. Some keep their hands up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some up here.
No, you don't have to follow him in what you think is not sunnah.
No, but do I follow his actions?
You can follow his actions.
Yes.
Yeah. You
So,
should follow.
I
Actually.
should follow his
Yeah,
actions.
yeah. You should follow.
So if
yeah.
he keeps his hands down, I keep my hands down.
Yeah. Yeah. This is better anyway. Keeping it down.
Okay.
We'll come to it, inshallah. We'll come to it. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiallahu anhu said, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the beginning or the opening of the salah is wudu, and the start of the salah is takbir, and the end of salah is taslim. Abu Humayd al-Sa'idi radiallahu anhu said, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when upon starting the salat, facing the Qibla, he faces the Qibla, then he raises his hands and says, Allahu Akbar. So raising the hand is a sunnah according to this true hadith. And that's when you start the salat. When you say Allahu Akbar, you raise your hands. You can raise it up till your shoulders, and you can raise it up till your ears without touching the ears.
But not this way.
No, you raise it this way.
Okay.
Yeah. You raise
No,
it.
you don't have to touch the ear.
No, touching the ear is...
I read this in an Egyptian book, How to Make Salat.
No,
It
it's
was way back in 1980.
it's the later Hanafis introduced this innovation. Otherwise, and the reason why they introduced it, and Allah knows best, is because they want to make sure they touch the ear. You know? So some of them even go to the extent of saying, Allahu Akbar. To make sure that they have touched their ears, you know. And none of this is sunnah. Touching the ear itself is not
Rasul
sunnah.
sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he never touched the ear. Huh?
No. It's either up to the shoulder, according to some narrations
Yes.
about the Prophet ﷺ, or up to the ears, another narration, another true narration.
What about this? This or this?
We'll come, inshallah. We'll come.
Are they?
We'll come, inshallah. And then, after this, the hadith of Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he starts the prayer, he used to raise his hand until they reach his shoulder. Then he would say, Allahu Akbar. And when he used to make ruku', he would do the same thing. And when he used to raise his head from ruku', he used to do the same thing. And he would not do it when he raises his head from sujood. Agreed upon. Okay?
So never when you come up. It's straight there.
Yeah, from sujood, when you get up, whether you get up to sit or you get up to get up, you don't raise your hands.
What about getting up?
You mean when in the middle of the rak'ah? You don't need to raise your hand.
No, you don't raise your hand. Yeah.
They had me go on.
But getting up from tashahud.
Yeah?
From tashahud.
Yeah, when you get up from tashahud, it is good to raise the hand.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's
it
Oh,
is.
from the second rak'ah, yes.
Yeah.
But
Second,
third,
third, no.
fourth,
Fourth, after fourth, you don't stand up.
I don't know.
it's finished.
Yeah, you confuse yourself.
I get confused all the time
I
with
see a
this.
lot of people do this.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Hadith Wa'il, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to raise his hand when he enters the prayer and says Allahu Akbar. This is an emphasis. The hadith of Umran ibn Husayn radiallahu anhu said, I had a certain disease which is called bawasir. It's something which has to do with the underneath, bawasir, blood coming and pain and all that. I don't know what they call it in English.
Hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoid, Jazakallah khair. So I asked the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, mashallah. The companions were very curious about, concerned. No shyness in those matters. He
Not doing
goes,
the right thing.
yeah, what if you do the wrong thing? What's your excuse? You can ask. So he came to the Prophet ﷺ and asked him about how to pray while in this situation. So the Prophet ﷺ said, pray standing. If you cannot, then sitting. And if you cannot, then while laying down on your side. Narrated by Bukhari. Now people unfortunately leave the salat, do not make it when they are sick. You know. And in salat, when you are someone's in hospital, even the bed, even the curtain, you can do this. That's it.
When you what?
This
When you
tayammum.
sick?
Tayammum.
When you were sick?
Yeah, your pillow, your curtain. Kuwait, there is always dust, ghubar. Always. Okay? Even in America,
My
there is some dust
curtains,
there.
like,
Okay?
I got tired of washing them. This
Yeah.
coming too much.
No, just do this. And this and this. Khalas, that's
You
tayammum.
don't have to do this.
No.
Just hands and face.
If you cannot do it, someone else should do it for you.
So,
Yeah, someone else. Your son, whatever, yani, possible. And if you cannot do it and no one can do it, pray without it. Even if you have dirt on you.
Allah Kareem.
If you have blood and dirt and whatever,
Still.
you cannot clean it. No one to clean it. Pray, don't miss the prayer. See, this is the importance of prayer in Islam, yani. Okay? You are connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you have to make it even there is dirt on
In
you.
any condition.
In any condition, you see?
I've been making big mistakes.
You never ask me, that's the problem.
And that's what I'm saying.
Serious, serious.
I
I
can't
can help
you.
you.
Don't say
I can help you. I'm serious.
You see, because you never asked him how to make popcorn.
You don't see him, man. This guy is drifter.
Okay. Aisha radiallahu anha narrated, I saw the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam praying while sitting, we call it tarabbu'. Tarabbu' is,
Indian style,
tarabbu' is, you know,
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
like
right.
this, you know.
Indian style.
Yeah, يعني when you cannot sit on your foot or something like this for some reason, you sit any sitting that you can, whether it is tarabbu' or something else. يعني.
So, like I would just find out. Let's say the condition of my foot. If I sit down and turn my feet sideways, that's okay?
It's okay,
See,
inshallah.
that's why I've been walking to the masjid.
No.
Because I can't stay in Josla with the toes like that and sitting on the foot. But my friend said, turn your feet sideways and just,
Yeah.
even if you're kneeling halfway.
Yeah, you can sit. Okay. The next hadith, Al-Hasan, who is a tabi'i, not the Hasan of son of Ali. No, Al-Hasan was the Imam of tabi'is. His name was Al-Hasan al-Basri. Narrated about Samra, a companion, radiallahu anh, that the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam forbade from the certain sitting which is called iq'a. Iq'a is when someone sits, as you said, not the one you said, but on his fingers, okay? You don't sit like that except
Fingers.
if you have
Toes.
to. You see, on your toes, يعني, on your toes, you see, يعني,
I see everybody doing it.
yeah, they do it, some of them, but
Everybody
but
sit
one
down.
should not do it, actually.
With the, both toes up.
This.
Both toes.
Yeah.
All the time, man.
Yeah. If you are يعني a new Muslim who cannot sit, some new Muslims cannot sit like
Yeah,
we sit.
it's hard.
So it's okay, he is excused. But if you can sit the right sitting, don't sit like this, because this is the way the dog sits, okay?
Asa.
And the
Yeah.
Prophet ﷺ forbade us to resemble the dog and to resemble the tha'lab. What is tha'lab? Tha'lab is a kind wolf, I think, huh? Wolf? ثعلب wolf.
Coyote.
Coyote, huh? Yeah, coyote.
Thief is wolf.
Thief is wolf, صح. And يعني the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم يعني forbade us in many actions of salat to resemble those animals. You
Even
see,
your
because
fingers
you are a
should be
human.
Close.
نعم.
So if I sit with one foot, one toe facing the Kaaba and the other one flat, that's okay.
يعني
One toe, the big toe,
yeah,
one foot like what you said, like what he did.
okay,
One is facing the Kaaba like this,
good,
and
good,
one is
good,
like this.
good.
But together two, no.
Yeah, together too, no. But if you cannot, you can.
I know for any medical condition.
نعم, نعم. Or يعني you are
Difficulty.
difficult, very difficult يعني. Don't do it. Okay. Umran bin Hussein رضي الله عنه said, I asked the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم about praying sitting. He said, he who sits standing, it's better. And he who sits sitting, he has half the reward. And he who sits laying down, then half of the reward, narrated by Bukhari.
So you mean the one
This is not the obligatory prayer. This is the outside the obligatory prayer. You can pray sitting without being ill. You can pray sleeping without being ill.
Sunnah prayers and stuff.
Yeah, but you'll get half for sitting and half of the half for laying down or sleeping.
outside the Sunnah.
Outside the obligatory prayer.
But obligatory, no problem.
Obligatory, if you cannot pray standing, you pray sitting. Okay?
Does the same thing apply about the reward?
The reward is the same because you are excused.
Okay.
Yeah, the reward is the same. And even outside the prayer, if you are excused, you get not half the reward, you get the full reward.
Ah, there's a
But
problem.
I'm talking about someone who's not
Nothing
sick.
wrong with that.
Like me,
Yeah, but he just wants to be comfortable. So
I just
he
do my
prays.
sunnah like this, but I just get half.
Yeah.
Yes, because standing is ibadah.
Yeah. Instead of two, pray for. So you get the reward. Ali radiallahu anh said, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he was starting the prayer, he used to say this dua, وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين. Then there is a continuation for it, a long continuation. This is before Fatiha, and this is not obligatory. This is desirable, and this is only one form. There are other forms easier than this. Okay, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد
سبحان الله وبحمدك
وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك ولا إله غيره. And there is another form also. So all this is sunnah. Umar radiallahu anhu once started the salat saying it out loud to teach the ones behind him. Okay, not to mean that it is sunnah to say it out loud. You see? Umar radiallahu anhu used sometimes to teach people many things. Like once when he was giving the Jum'ah khutbah, he recited the verse in which there is a prostration after it, and he came down and made the prostration. Next Jum'ah, he recited the same verse, and he did not come down to make prostration, to show that this is not an obligation. Yeah.
Oh, so you mean when you read a part of the Quran and it says sujood, you don't have to?
You don't have to, no.
I was wondering about that during Ramadan. Because when I'm reading the Quran, sometimes when you're fasting and you read long surah and then it's come to the sujood, you said, okay. But after a while, that gets pretty, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to, no. Abu Hurairah.
And I felt that too, you know that? I felt in my heart that I didn't have to, but I never asked anybody.
Another dua Abu Hurairah mentioned here about the Prophet ﷺ, Allahumma ba'id bayni wa bayna khatayai, until the end. So these are يعني different, and also another dua, Allahu Akbar kabira, walhamdulillahi kathira, wa subhanallahi bukratan wa asila. Okay. عبادة بن الصامت رضي الله عنه narrated about the Prophet ﷺ, he said, no prayers without reciting the Fatiha. Agreed upon. And in another hadith, another narration, one's salat will not count until he recites Fatiha. Now, the true opinion regarding the Fatiha in congregation prayer is when the Imam making the Fatiha out loudly, you also behind him should make it in yourself. Why? Because there is a true hadith where the Prophet ﷺ blamed a man for not making it, and he said, your salat will not be valid without the Fatiha. That was an Isha prayer. Okay? So that's why this is the true opinion, and this is the opinion of the Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah also, according to this hadith that I just mentioned. There are other opinions.
You must follow the Imam.
You must follow the Imam.
When the Imam finishes Fatiha, you must say it.
Yeah. Either with him, يعني you say, he says Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and he stops, you say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, you say Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. يعني Fatiha, you should read it even if the Imam is very fast and doesn't give you time, recite it with him.
Right.
Recite it with him.
I learned that long time.
Or after he finishes it.
But in your head.
Yeah, in
You
yourself.
see,
Yeah.
this is the thing. Sometimes I'm next to somebody who reads very loud.
No.
And then I get confused easily. I don't even know.
نعم, this is true. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا يجهر بعضكم على بعض في القرآن. None of you should read out loud when someone else is besides him praying.
Really?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything.
I mean, I get confused. Like, sometimes even the Fatiha, they are saying something. I don't know whether it's a dua or what, but they say it. I mean, I don't know how to read my Fatiha. I get confused completely.
Okay, now in Fatiha, where to put the hands, there is a hadith in which you put the hands below the navel. And this is the madhab of Abu Hanifa, but the other three Imams find it a weak hadith. Imam Abu Hanifa, he is the only one who says that this is a true hadith, so he acts upon it. Imam Shafi'i above the navels, and he acts upon what he knows to be the true narration, either about the Prophet ﷺ or about some companion. And Imam Ahmad gives the choice, here or here. Ahmad. Okay. Give the choice between what Abu Hanifa said and what Shafi'i said. Imam Malik, he used to make it above the navel, okay? But in the Maliki books, they narrate that Malik sends them down, okay?
What do you mean sends them down?
يعني he stands like this. He doesn't put the hands here, okay? Some say because he was tortured until his hands were paralyzed. And this is a valid story about Imam Malik. He was tortured by some of the Khalifs because he refused to impose his own book, Al-Muwatta, on all other hadith books. يعني the Khalif told him, your Muwatta should be the only hadith book. He said, no, I don't agree. He said, I will torture you. And they tortured him. You see. The Imams were very pious, subhanAllah. Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anh was also imprisoned and beaten a lot. Imam Shafi'i was also beaten. Yeah. Imam Ahmad was tortured so much to the degree that they whipped him so hard that his meat was coming down for 3 or 4 years or more, when he refused to declare one of the beliefs, which is kufr, that Quran is created, you see. And he insisted that Quran is the word of Allah, and if you say created, then Allah is created. A'udhu billah. Okay. The Prophet ﷺ said, start salat when you recite the Fatiha, then you can recite whatever you want. You can recite whatever you want. That means it's not an obligation. After Fatiha, reciting surahs is not an obligation. It's sunnah. It's good, but it's not an obligation.
And there's no, so it doesn't matter what order you recite in either, does it?
Fatiha is first.
No, Fatiha first, but say you recite surah at the end of the Quran and then you recite one.
No problem. No, the order is not a problem, but it's preferable in general.
To go in.
Yeah.
Do Qul Huwallahu Ahad on the first rak'ah, then do Nas or Fatiha
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
second.
But if you have some kind of reason in your mind to change, that's okay. No problem. This hadith where the Prophet ﷺ is teaching the man who came in the masjid and prayed without full settlement. So the Prophet ﷺ taught him the prayer, and he told him, when you face the Qibla, say Allahu Akbar, then recite Fatiha, then read what you wish. Then when you make ruku', put your palms on your knees and extend your back. Make your back like this, straight as much as you can. Make it straight. You see? Straight as much as you can. Extend your back. Some people go too deep, and this is not sunnah. And some people come short. This is also not sunnah, except if that's what you can. Some people cannot go beyond that. Okay? But try your best to make it a right angle. Okay? With your eyes towards the prostration place. All salat, your eyes are toward prostration. So, when you raise up from ruku', then stand up straight until your body is straight, until bones go back to their original places. And when you prostrate, then make your prostration complete. Make your head fully settled on the ground. You make in sujood, how many parts are on the earth? 2, 4, tip of the toes, 6, then the whole face, the forehead and the nose. Some people don't put their nose. Some people miss something. So one has to prostrate on 7 things, 7 parts. 2, 4, 6, 7. This is the full sujood. And when you put your fingers, make them towards the Qibla as much as you can. Hands and foot.
Spread out.
Yeah, hands and foot to the Qibla.
And if you open or close your fingers, is it?
No, the hand should be okay. Even you don't have to do this, or this. This is just make sure your hands are straight to the Qibla. And you can do this if you don't bother the ones